in just the last few minutes, the wind has picked up considerably here in Biloxi. See this big sheet of metal and glass sprinkled throughout, and the hospital spokesperson says this is a walkway where people often cut through.
They want to keep the top performing teachers at the schools, but everyone has to apply for jobs. The deer busted through this window, sending glass and blood everywhere. Then it spotted Wood here in the kitchen and chased her all the way through the dining room. The other children who were playing here say the water was above this drainage pipe when the 14-year-old fell in.
Well, this is typically a well-lit area. You can see where they knocked out these lights beforehand.
It all happens in this room. As soon as you open the door, the recording begins. It's both audio and video.
A volunteer group that goes around the country cleaning up trash says this is the worst they've seen. And if you think the city's stepping in to help, you're sadly mistaken.
Fox 13 IT reporter Jill Monier is live in the studio with details we'll only see on Fox. Jill?
Melissa, the majority of the allegations come from the legislative audits of the town's finances. Fox 13 has learned the audit committee has concerns ranging from the mayor of one town turning in unusually high travel expenses to another mayor moving taxpayers' money allegedly across state lines. The county prosecutor has now asked state police to get involved.
Storefronts in Turl, Arkansas are boarded up and vacant. Stray dogs litter the road, and the outside of the water tower is rusted.
I'm the mayor.
You are the mayor.
Yeah, and put the camera down.
Can we ask you some questions?
Put the camera down.
Frank Lockhart is the mayor of Turl, Arkansas. One of 3 Arkansas towns now under investigation by Arkansas State Police. Crittenden County prosecuting attorney Mike Walden says state police will be focusing their investigation into where Lockhart is keeping the city's money.
We've received indications from the councilman that maybe the mayor had taken funds and put them in an out-of-state bank, and of course that's something that legislative audit is concerned about, and I've asked the state police to look into that as well.
Mayor Lockhart acknowledges he's moved the money outside of Turl. He says he has no knowledge of the state police investigation.
Come on in.
He later reconsidered and decided to talk with us on camera about the allegations.
So where is that money now?
Well, the money is in the bank.
Which bank?
It's in the bank.
While Lockhart won't tell Fox 13 where the city's money is, he assures us he'll tell any Turl taxpayer that walks in his office.
It's taxpayers' money. It's in the bank, and we are using it like we're supposed to use it. We don't have anything to hide about where the money is here, but it's in the bank. It's not in my pocket.
But if you don't have anything to hide, why not say where this money is?
Well, because it's in the bank, and that's where it's supposed to be.
But the Turl City Council doesn't know where the money is either. Turl City Councilman Floyd Holmes says this copy of a cashier's check made out to a city sanitation worker proves Lockhart is banking in Memphis.
That's how he's been paying the sanitation workers and the other city employees with cashier's checks from Tri-State Bank in Memphis, Tennessee, and that's all we know.
The county prosecutor says he's been told moving city money across state lines may be illegal. But Mayor Lockhart says he moved the money to keep it out of the hands of what he calls a corrupt city council.
They don't have a fire department, don't want no fire department, don't want no police department, or nothing like that. And then they talk about corrupt. My gosh.
The mayor has completely shut us out, and he's running the town by himself. How can this go on like this?
Prosecutor Mike Walden says he asked state police to step in now because of the allegations revealed in the most recent legislative audit.
These most recent ones seem to be a little bit more egregious than some of the problems in the past.
It's not just Turl. Walden has asked state police to start criminal investigations in Jeanette and Jericho, Arkansas as well. We're told their investigation in Jeanette will focus on the mayor and others who have allegedly been reimbursed for unusually high travel expenses, possibly tens of thousands of dollars in travel to Little Rock. Last year, Fox 13 was the first to report about the tangled financial web of missing money and state violations in Jeanette. We've also told you about residents complaining about bogus traffic tickets in Jericho, the same town where a police officer shot the fire chief inside the courthouse. Fox 13 has learned state police will be looking into those traffic tickets and allegations of inadequate documentation of expenditures. We tried contacting the mayors of both towns, but neither were available. Walden says criminal charges may or may not be warranted.
This may be something that the legislature has to address, but it sounds like it's a problem down here in these communities, and if it is something I can do something about, I'm going to try, and the state police are going to help me.
Meanwhile, Holmes says the town of Turl will likely continue to run on the mayor's watch. He welcomes a state police investigation, and many Turl residents we spoke with do too.
Someone needs to step in and take over this town, because the ones that are doing it now are running it into the ground. Look at our water tower. It looks like a ghost town. Everything's boarded up.
Yeah, it's frustrating. You know, people are scared to even come to this town. This town just needs help. We need help, and we need it bad.
The Turl mayor says he's just protecting the taxpayers.
This town is not corrupt. We got corrupt folks that sit on the council of this town. Don't want to do what's right. If they do what's right, you wouldn't have this problem that we have.
But council members say they're trying to protect taxpayers from the mayor.
It seems like we're living in a lawless community, society, you know, the way things are going. The mayor has completely taken, I mean, there's no question about it, he's completely taken over.
Prosecutor Mike Walden says the state police investigation could take anywhere from a month to several months. To see the most recent legislative audits from each town, log on to myfoxmemphis.com. Live in the studio, Jill Monier, Fox 13 iTeam.
Monier joins us live from the scene. Jill?
Steve Merle, we're on the 1200 block of Harbor Street where the house exploded around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Emergency crews are still on the scene here. I'm going to take a step out of the way. You can see some Memphis Light gas and water crews are on the scene with their hard hats down there. It's hard to see the house because the emergency crews, their trucks are still blocking the way. But take a look at some of the cell phone pictures we got from neighbors and Fox 13 photographer Kevin Barbie earlier today. Firefighters say this was a duplex and it was 1275 Harbor that was vacant. The explosion happened at 1277. You can see the explosion was so powerful it practically leveled the two-story home. 20 EMS and rescue crews responded to the scene. I'm told 44-year-old Vicki Broward was rescued from the home, taken to the hospital where she had second-degree burns on her face, arms, and body. We're told now she's in critical condition. No one else was inside the home at the time. Firefighters say her 5-year-old son was still at school when the explosion happened, an explosion that neighbors say was enormous.
It shook the whole, a block away. And I've talked to some other people here in the neighborhood, a half a block from here, shook their house.
The whole front of the house was on fire.
It's gone. It leveled. It took when I got there, it looked like it took the roof up and brought it right back down on the house.
No word if the nearby homes were damaged. Firefighters don't know the cause of the explosion yet. We do know that Memphis Light Gas and Water turned off the gas to this home when they arrived on the scene, and we're told the bomb squad is at the hospital, possibly talking with the victim now. We'll have the latest tonight at 5:30. Live from Midtown, Jill Monier, Fox 13 News. Merle, Steve, tears, anger, sympathy, and frustration. There was a lot of emotion inside the courtroom today at the McNairy County Justice Center as the driver of the race car that careened off the road faced the victims and families of those killed for the very first time. Australian drag racer Troy Critchley hung his head as he walked into a Summer, Tennessee courtroom filled with victims and family members of those killed when his high-powered Corvette careened into a crowd during a charity event last summer.
I ask for the family's forgiveness, prayers, and I will pray for your families and loved ones, and I will carry this event with me for the rest of my life.
The mother of 2 girls killed also took the stand.
I'll never get to be in the delivery room. All our grandchildren are born, their brother will never get to be an uncle.
Critchley, who an Australian newspaper said was nicknamed the Burnout King, was performing an exhibition burnout when his car veered off the road, killing 6 and injuring 22. The 37-year-old was facing life in prison, but under a plea deal, Critchley pleaded guilty Thursday to 28 misdemeanor counts of reckless simple assault. He'll spend 18 months on probation. All the victims approved the deal. Jeannie Townsend was one of them.
p.m. She lost her leg in the crash.
Even though he took some people's families, he didn't come here to try to hurt nobody. He really didn't.
After the hearing, a tearful Critchley met with each victim and families individually to personally apologize.
My daughters can rest now.
You needed that moment.
I needed that moment.
This area of town may have experienced a microburst, stronger winds than in other areas of the town, and the reason is really unknown. But you can see we're on the parking garage in back of St. Francis Hospital, and you can see where the wind sheared off that part of the building. In fact, that place where it's blue, that's where the 20 by 20 foot hole was that workers have patched up. We spoke with one visitor who saw it all happen.
You couldn't see nothing but the rain first.
Pete Carroll says he was visiting his grandmother at St. Francis Hospital on Park and Ridgeway Monday afternoon when he looked out the window at the impending storm.
And then I seen the walls coming, and it just kept coming and coming. And it just scared the heck out of me, Just the walls, just like paper, just peeling off.
The wind sliced the back off the Berry building at the hospital, exposing insulation and a 20 by 20 foot hole.
We lost water power for a short period of time.
Trees were down and a 6-foot flagpole on top of the parking garage was bent by the gusts, which the airport measured at 64 miles per hour. Several windows were blown out of the hospital. The vice president of the hospital said the staff started moving patients away from windows when they heard tornado sirens.
I think it was the quick thinking and the fact that, when we practice drills, there's a reason for it. And so it was second nature for us in terms of doing the things that we needed to do.
You can see this big sheet of metal and glass sprinkled throughout, and the hospital spokesperson says this is a walkway where people often cut through, and this walkway here connects the hospital to the medical building. You can see the glass was completely blown out. They say they're grateful that this could have been much worse than it was.
The thing that we're most grateful for is that there were absolutely no injuries, no patients were injured, no visitors, no employees, and we are so grateful for that because certainly this had the potential to be a significant disaster for the hospital.
Next at 10, cuts in salaries, laying off workers, and raising property taxes.
So how do you tell Joe taxpayer that workers should get this bonus and not give them their money back?
Plus, 2 paths to a unified school district and a transition team that can't make up its mind.
And so no one plan in particular then here? Demanding change in public schools. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Monier. An education author and CNN contributor was in Memphis today. The commission charged with creating a school merger plan was supposed to vote tonight on one of 2 plans, but they're saying they need more time. They gave out Christmas bonuses, but now the city is facing a major budget crisis. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Monier. During a budget retreat today, Mayor A.C. Wharton and city leaders set out to figure out how to fill the huge budget deficit. A 12-year-old gets cuffed and stuffed at the Memphis skate park, and the whole thing was caught on cell phone and uploaded to YouTube. Imagine that. I know you had unprecedented access to him today. Did he have Secret Service? What was it all like?
Yeah, he did. Talk to me when you have a bad hair day and your mascara is running after you've been on one of those shoots.
That's probably most days.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, Stark, what do you have for us?
I'm liking the no Ernie Freeman tonight.
I know.
This is a nice change of pace.
We're starting off comfy here. Hey, I know a lot of people that watched that press conference were really impressed by what he had to say.
It'll be a big game for the Tigers tomorrow night.
Yeah, they need to get back in that top 10. Hey, thanks a lot, Marcus. Well, that's going to do it for Fox 13 News at 10. TMZ's up next, and Good Morning Memphis starts at 4:30. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Have a good night.